In this video, I'm going to share with you the real story on what it's really like to host on Airbnb, everything from lawsuits to creating empires. I'm going to share with you how to start an Airbnb business with little to no money. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to share with you my exact formula for how to make double what most people make using Airbnb and other websites just like it. There are so many benefits to Airbnb. I'm sure you've heard of the website Airbnb. It's basically an app where other people that are just normal people that own a home can put their properties on sites like Airbnb, and normal people can rent them out on a nightly basis.
Noel. Yeah, she can fix that. You gotta get it done, no, you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
People are taking this and turning it into an entire business. It started off where some people were just using Airbnb to make a little money on properties that they already had, or to use rooms in their homes that they were not using. But today, you can make an entire empire using Airbnb. You can literally get Airbnb properties or any type of rental property and put them on sites just like Airbnb, and you're gonna make more money than you ever would renting them out on a long-term basis. Airbnb has completely changed people's lives. It provides more cash flow, less wear and tear on the properties because the properties are always being cleaned. You have people inspecting your properties, cleaning them all the time. Additionally, most people think that having a long-term tenant is going to be more safer, but it's not. Long-term tenants often can tear up your property. Literally, they won't call the landlord if there's repairs that are needed. But with Airbnb short-term rental properties, we are always in our properties, checking them, inspecting them, cleaning them, and any repairs that are needed, we fix right away because that's how we get our 5-star rating. So let me tell you the truth about what it's really like as an Airbnb host. So I have been hosting on Airbnb and other sites like it since 2018. Let me tell you a quick story. I had a student of mine. He was only about 18 years old. At the time, I was living in Dallas, Texas, and he was living in Orlando, Florida. He shared with me that we literally could rent properties and put them on sites like Airbnb, and he told me I could make more money than I ever was making with my long-term rental properties. In fact, I had about 40 rental properties and I was making about $300 per month in profit on each property. But this student explained to me, we could put the properties together, furnish them, put towels, make them really nice, and people would pay us $140 per night for just a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment because sites like Airbnb are constantly marketing for people, and in the Orlando area, people were traveling there like crazy. So I was sold. We ended up renting about 5 properties, and I found out in that very first month that we were making about $1,000 to $1,500 per month profit on just 1 property. I was immediately sold. I realized you could make a ton of money on sites like Airbnb, and this was the way to go. I was sold on short-term rentals. Now, let me tell you how it's been going. So the first truth about Airbnb, your cleaning team is so important. I did not realize how important the cleaning team was to an Airbnb business until I started hosting. Having a clean property and cleaners that can clean the property exactly the same way every single time and deliver a very clean house with no hair in the drains, no fingerprints on windows, and just create an immaculately clean property is so vital. Your cleaning team not only has to clean the property very well because people expect the home to be cleaned the same way that they would expect a hotel. The second thing though is the home needs to be put together very nicely just like a hotel. The beds have to be made crisp, clean. The sheets have to be white, crisp, clean, and smell good. The floors and the carpet have to be vacuumed, and those lines need to be in the floor so that when people arrive, they can see that the floors have been recently vacuumed and it looks and smells clean. But let's talk about another thing that is an absolute truth that most people just do not know. Your cleaning team also has to be very fast. They cannot take a long time cleaning the properties because in many cases, they have to clean the same day that someone leaves because someone else is arriving, and that's how you really make your money. You cannot have a lot of time in between your cleanings, and you cannot have your guests showing up to your properties and the property is not clean yet. That's going to give an awful experience. Or having an unreliable cleaning team that shows up late and doesn't finish on time could kill your business. Having a reliable cleaning team that is consistent every single time is the biggest truth and one of the biggest things that you need in your Airbnb business if you want to be successful. Now, let me tell you another really important thing that I learned and I found out the hard way.
Wait, hold up, stop. I have to tell you about North One. I absolutely love my business checking account with North One, and I'm telling you, you should get one too. Let me tell you why. I absolutely love North One because I was able to open up my business checking account with them absolutely online, and it took me less than 3 minutes. This is an online banking platform that allows you to easily get a business checking account that you can integrate with all of your other apps like PayPal, Square, Stripe, even QuickBooks. But here's the thing that I love and my students are loving. Because as an entrepreneur, you need to know what your expenses are. I love North One Banking because they have one flat fee for your banking account, meaning you don't have your fees changing every single month and you're not getting hit with hidden fees from your checking account. North One has a low monthly fee that never changes. And here's the fun part. If you use the link below, you get a $10 credit that you can use right now. Again, if you are an entrepreneur, a startup, or even if you have a side hustle that you are doing on the side, it is time for you to get a business checking account so that you can get business credit and business funding. Again, I absolutely love North One, and you will too. Click the link below.
Truth number 2. Sourcing furniture for your Airbnb is a full-time job. As an Airbnb host, you are going to have to find quality furniture, but you cannot spend a lot of money on the furniture. You need good quality furniture at a great price. You need it to not only fit your budget, but it needs to be beautiful and be quality furniture that can stand the test of time. So when I first started hosting on Airbnb, I had a lot to learn about furniture. There's 2 ways that you can do the furniture that I learned. The first way, like I said, was with my student. We put brand new furniture in those apartments because we put those properties together all at once. So we went and we bought furniture packages, places like Rooms to Go, City Furniture, and things like that. They sell entire packages of furniture at a discount rate. However, some of the furniture just wasn't the quality that we wanted. So another thing that you can do is you can use furniture that you already have. So for another Airbnb that I had, it was a home that I literally lived in. It was my home. But I was making the home into an Airbnb and I was moving out of it to turn it into a rental property. So I moved out all of my expensive furniture that was just for me and my family. However, I replaced it with some quality furniture that I sourced from other places. Some of the pieces did not match, for example, but they matched together. It wasn't an entire set, but it was coordinated. It went together. It was nice. I was able to source some of these pieces from places like Goodwill and the Salvation Army. Literally, I would take old furniture, I would paint it, I would put covers, and I would do things that were inexpensive, but I was able to get really quality furniture that I could do so much with, and then I would coordinate it with what I already had to put the whole property together. I've learned that trying to do it the cheap way and going to places like IKEA or Walmart for furniture just does not work. And spending a lot on furniture from high-end furniture stores just made no sense. You want quality furniture at a good price, but you do not need to spend a lot of money, and you do not have to buy complete packages of furniture. You can start to coordinate and mix and match quality pieces and put it together really nicely, just like you see here. Truth number 3, house rules are so important. So many people will come to your Airbnb and they will trash the property if you don't let them know the rules. Most people do follow the rules, but most hosts really just do not put their rules out there. If you do not want people to eat food in the living room, say so. If you do not want them to eat in the bedroom, say so. If you want them to wash the dishes and load the dishwasher before they leave, say so. Having your house rules are so important. People will treat your home the way that you tell them to. Most people are really nice and they love following rules and they love enjoying your property, but at the same time, they will put their feet on the couch if you don't tell them. They will put cups down and not use cup holders if you tell them. They will eat and have food everywhere if you don't tell them. But if you make the rules and you put them in the rule book and you send them the rules prior to them checking in, most people are very respectful. They will respect your home and they will keep it the exact way that they found it. if you make the rules. One more quick point. If you want to have your rules where people are following them, you should have a welcome book. And inside your welcome book, you give them a nice introduction of the property. Tell them about you as the owner, how long you've owned the property, and get your guests to know you. But also, inside of that welcome book, you should put your rules. Quickly list them out. When does the trash need to be taken out? What do you want them to do with the laundry when they're done? Where do you want them to eat or not eat? Put all of the rules directly in the welcome book and put them where it's easy for your guests to find as soon as they enter the property. It's a nice touch to get you that 5-star review. Truth number 4, learn before leaping. I have had so many people tell me that they tried to host on Airbnb and they just were not successful. Either they weren't making the profits that they expected, or people were trashing their properties and doing things that have never happened in my properties. And that's because I learned before I ever did this. I'm not saying that you have to learn from 𝗏𝗏 or that you have to, or that I have to be your mentor in order for you to be successful on Airbnb. However, if you do not learn the entire business and you decide to just go out and buy rental properties or have Airbnbs without learning the proper information, you're probably not going to be successful. You need to invest the time because you can make money just like a doctor or a surgeon. But just like a doctor or a surgeon, you need to go to medical school. So take a moment and read a book. Maybe just get my book and you can get it absolutely free. Just go to noellsbnbsecrets.com and get my book absolutely free. You cover the shipping. Or you can even take my full class, which is bnbriches.com, and use the code YouTube to save 50%. Again, you do not have to learn from 𝗏𝗏 in order to be successful, but you do need to learn from a professional Airbnb host, someone that's been successful. Don't just listen to anyone that has a couple of properties. I've been on Airbnb for nearly 5 years and I've learned so much, and you can learn directly from me or for people like me. But either way, make sure you learn the entire business so you do not lose any money when you have this wonderful Airbnb business. Now let me tell you the last thing, because this could kill you if you don't do it right. Truth number 5. This is the most important truth, and that's why I saved it until the end. Communication is key to your business. So many times Airbnb hosts do not communicate properly with their guests, and this leads to disaster. The host will be getting messages and calls all the time, day and night, because people can't find certain things in the property or they can't get in. Remember, the reason why most people do Airbnb is because they love the convenience of having an entire property, and they love the convenience of being able to check in and out whenever they want to. So communicating with your guests on how to enter the property, giving them the codes, letting them know exactly how to get through gates and where the fences and things like that are so important. Additionally, communicate to your guests where to find things. People will want to know, how do I turn on the lights, or how do I work the air conditioning, or how do I work the washer and dryer? Things like that are so important. Just imagine if you were getting calls all the time as an Airbnb host with people asking you about how to work the dishwasher or how to turn on the washing machine. You can save yourself so much heartache and have an amazing business if you communicate and you automate a lot of your communications. So like I said before, if you have a welcome book, make sure you put all the instructions to all of the appliances inside of the welcome book. Additionally, when people check in, send them messages that tell them how to enter and exit the property and how to use most of the items, especially the air conditioning and the heat. If you have a pool in your property, make sure the rules are clearly listed and people know exactly how to turn the heat on the pool or how to turn it off. Things like that will make your life so much more easier. Communication really is the key to having an easy business that you can run just from your phone, and how to have happy guests that pay you more for your properties and give you 5-star ratings so that your properties are always booked. Again, this is an amazing business if you do it right. I have a special surprise just for you. My new book, BNB Millionaire Secrets. You can get this book absolutely free. I only have 500 copies left, and once we're sold out, they are gone. So get this book absolutely free. You just cover the shipping. And if you are one of the 500 people to get this book in the next few days, you can have a special gift with this book. Again, go to noelsbnbsecrets.com and get my new book and a special surprise before they are all sold out. This book has everything that you need to have an Airbnb business. It will give you templates, scripts, even messages that you need, and even a list of the furniture and how much you should spend on the furniture. This book has it all, and you can get it absolutely free. Go to noelsbnbsecrets.com. I just want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you need to be successful. This is Noelle. To your success.